More women are serving in the military, and that's raising new questions about the quality of VA care for females.
A VA investigation found 72% of women believe the VA does not serve their needs. WSBT-22's Suzanne Spencer has been digging into how this impacts local vets. Suzanne, there are two facilities in northern Indiana.
One in South Bend and one in Fort Wayne. I want to give you an idea, though, of how far these vets are traveling for their care. So they're coming as far south as Howard and Grant counties, as far west as Pulaski. They go north into Berrien, Cass, a few other counties in Michigan, and as far east over into Ohio. Now, of those vets, 22% are female.
The more I look at it, the more things need changed.
They say every prayer has an answer.
Oil painting is a form of prayer.
Though finding those answers can be as complex as the intricacy of a human hand.
See, the fingers were so hard to draw, and so I stuck them in his pocket.
Marina Stutt's daily prayer is an empty canvas full of lead and later oil paint.
As a child, my mother told me that I could do anything that I put my mind to.
It was that focus that led her to serve in the Vietnam War. But the turmoil that surrounded her turned chaotic.
It was a military sexual trauma, rape.
42 years after she claims she was raped, Stutt is dealing with PTSD and is considered partially disabled.
I just think all around that they serve the men better than they do the women, of course.
She's traveled from her Plymouth home to South Bend, Fort Wayne, and Indianapolis just to get care, including anything related to women's health. The VA has become a battleground for Stutt and other female vets. Neither the South Bend Clinic nor the hospital in Fort Wayne have an OB/GYN on staff, so anything related to women's health care, childbirth, annual exams, mammograms, all of that work is either contracted out into the community or you have to travel to a VA facility that has an OB/GYN. It's not just happening here. A third of all VA facilities in the country don't have a gynecologist on staff.
Why is that people in northern Indiana don't have access to an OB/GYN on staff?
Well, because we don't have that significant of a need.
Dr. Wayne McBride oversees all VA healthcare in northern Indiana. Of the 8,500 vets here, 22% are women.
We don't anticipate in the coming future that we'll ever have a sufficient number of female veterans that would justify the expense and the challenge of having direct providers that would meet all of their gynecologic or female needs.
And the numbers of women are lower statewide. Of the 469,000 vets, 13% are women. The VA has looked into its own barriers to women's health. That study found 72% of women don't get the services they need.
Over the last many years, the increasing number of female veterans has prompted the VA to create a special program and ensure that services are available for the needs of women.
Each VA facility has a women's vet program manager to help guide women through the healthcare process, erasing the problems of the past while drawing a new path.
To have some craft or some way of releasing, making me feel better.
Because we may never know if every prayer is answered, but Stutt will keep trying. Next fall, South Bend's VA clinic, as it stands now, will no longer exist. That's because there's a new facility going up in Mishawaka. I want to show you some video right now of what that looks like as work is underway. At the new facility there will be 4 times the employees working there than the current facility. All of them will undergo VA training there.
Yeah, this new facility is important too because there'll be new services as well.
Right, and they're looking to add a lot of specialty doctors, not the gynecological services that we told you about, but lots of other things like optometry, for example. So as far as women's health needs, women will still have to travel to a VA facility that has that service, or again, that work contracted out into the community.
Okay.